Welcome, everybody, to Khaliis Take. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell just so you can get the newest content first. Let's just go ahead and jump right in, though. So Stephen A. Smith says that he has no faith in Kawhi Leonard's health. Now, I'll say this much. He might not be the only one that would say that. Many others would probably say the same thing in regards to Kawhi Leonard, because if you think about San Antonio days all the way to now, health has always been an issue for Kawhi Leonard. Except in the San Antonio days, he did have a couple seasons where he played, most of the season. But there again, if it wasn't really health, it was more or less due to load management. And when people say load management, they all think of Kawhi Leonard first more than anybody, because, Kawhi comes from the Spurs, and that's the Spurs practice more than any other team, especially back then. It's almost as if Greg Popovich, created the term more so than anything else. So I definitely understand anybody's stance upon that situation or upon that, because, you believe what you want to believe, but at the same time, just because Kawhi load manages, it doesn't mean he's not a great player or anything like that. And I do want to say that Stephen A. Smith did not take that away from Kawhi Leonard. He still says he's a great player, all this stuff. And I was reading this on actually one website, sportsrush.com. You can actually check it out there yourself if you want to. And like I say, he never diminishes Kawhi's greatness, but the fact that Kawhi's health has been an issue, he says he doesn't believe in that. Well, I'll say this to what Stephen A. Smith is saying. I understand where you're coming from in regards to that, because, whether it's load management or not, him taking games off, which some people believe he does, some people believe he doesn't. I definitely understand, if you think, otherwise in regards to his health and anything like that, if you're not a believer in it. Me personally, I believe in Kawhi Leonard. I believe he'll be fine. I believe, the team will be fine. I believe that they will, go as far as Kawhi and PG can take them. And I believe that, they'll find a way to stay healthy. I really do. And I really hope they do, more so than anything, simply because, we just need to see this team together a lot more. And this team is, so well put together. If you look at it, the fans are being deprived every time Kawhi and or PG, both of them, miss games. You see what I'm saying? Because you never get to see the team put together. But me personally, I believe in Kawhi Leonard. I always have, because watching him load manage his whole career, it's funny how Stephen A. Smith, he says he doesn't believe in his health, but the man load managed for the most part of his career, and he still found a way to get 2 championships out of it, where a lot of players haven't load managed any damn part of their career and don't even have 1 championship. So, in regards to saying that, I believe in Kawhi Leonard either way, because I know Kawhi Leonard knows what's best for his body, and I feel like he's a good decision maker for the most part, and I feel like, this should be the Clippers' year, especially if everything goes right in regards to Kawhi being healthy along with Paul George. So with that being said, I feel comfortable with everything that's going on right now in regards to, Kawhi Leonard, especially as he came back. I know a little bit before then, it was like, yeah, he needs to play games more, this, and that. And I still stand by that. But going forward, I should say this specifically so nobody won't get it confused. Going forward, I believe in Kawhi Leonard. I believe in his success, and I believe that he'll be healthy enough to, take this team to, higher heights, him along with, Paul George. So in my estimation, I just kind of feel like, Stephen A. kind of secretly hates on Kawhi Leonard, and I really don't know why. I feel like he gives him his respect because he knows how great Kawhi Leonard is. But I feel like he secretly has something against him. But even though I feel like he thinks the Clippers can win it all because the Clippers got so much depth and they got so much, everything that other teams don't have, that's the reason why he gives the Clippers some credit there. But I feel like there's a little resentment towards Kawhi, maybe because Kawhi never wanted to do an interview with Stephen A. Smith, but there's really no need for him to get offended by that, because, Kawhi doesn't really do an interview with anybody unless it's post-game or pre-game or media day or something like that. So, when does he ever really talk to anybody? So, you got to look at those things. But, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but I just feel like Stephen A. has some resentment towards Kawhi for some reason, because I feel like he feels like Kawhi is the biggest threat to LeBron James. And rightfully so. Kawhi is, when healthy, he definitely is the biggest threat to, the Lakers, and the Clippers are the biggest threat to the Lakers in regards to, stopping them from getting any momentum every time they play, the Lakers, because LeBron and Kawhi seems to always be compared to each other regardless. They've been that way for a while. And, I feel like anybody that goes against LeBron James, there's always going to be some resentment there. So I definitely can understand Stephen A's stance because I feel like he's more of a LeBron fan. But at the same time, I mean, if anybody's health that he might not believe in, I mean, really probably shouldn't believe in LeBron James' health right now because LeBron is the one that's a lot older. LeBron is the one that, has missed some games as well, even though he is older, but it doesn't matter about age. He's out there playing. It doesn't matter. If you're out there, if you get injured, you're injured. It doesn't matter your age. He's still out there playing at a high level, so you got to look at that too, so his injury history these last few years have been very, very questionable. So my thing is, I can understand Stephen A's point and everything like that, but I don't really think it's justified. And because, like I said, Kawhi Leonard's won championships, even though he's load managed, even though he's been injured, and he's been looked at by many as the best player in the league, a couple years ago. I mean, so it's not like, Kawhi Leonard hasn't, contributed or did anything at a high level because of his injuries. He did a lot more at a high level than some players have without injuries. So, I mean, you got to look at that too. But either way, I'm going to say this, I really hope for, the Clippers and Kawhi's success, of course, because, I'm pulling for them, and I really think that, like I said, this could be the year for them. And I think that Kawhi can find a way to stay healthy, just, take his time, do what he has to do. If he has to, get treatment here and there, take a game off here and there. It really doesn't matter, because as I said before, it's championship or bust with this team. And this team knows that. And the better thing is everybody on this team believes that. And if they believe that, then that's a problem, because if they stay healthy enough while they believe that, then they can knock everybody else off and win that championship. It's definitely possible. So, and Stephen A. Smith is not saying that it's not possible, but at the same time, let's just see what happens. If I was Stephen A., I wouldn't worry about giving no more criticism because, Kawhi is Kawhi. He's been load managing for a while. He's been load managing for a reason because he's always had, little injuries here and there. I mean, of course, load managing through a season to make it through just so you can be ready for the playoffs and play as good as he has and as good as he's shown. It's okay. A lot of fans are okay with that. And on top of that, he's the most winningest player of all time. I mean, his winning percentage is like up there with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is the most winningest player of all time, or he was until Kawhi Leonard was born. So, I mean, when you look at all that in its entirety, Kawhi will be fine. So will the Clippers. And let's just see what happens when that time comes. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. And hey, till next time.